with it what you will. So we've had a few sonnets. I have one of my own. Okay. So, do you remember the shameless blue moon sneaking up on those still, stifling hot nights? The window open like a calm poem, were the moons drowned by the inky light, shimmering through curtains of tamarind. How many nights were witnessed by the owl before it blinked, turned its head around, choosing to be blinded on a babool? Did you accost the overnighter who watched you shimmy like a waterless fish? Did you find the pearl lost in a lagoon of slime and salt, first time or 25th? Were the moondrops stinging, the welt still wet, when he chose another over regret? Okay, so is it okay if I read one or two more poems? Do we have the time?
Oh, please. No, you've only been on for 8 minutes.
Okay, right, right.
Please
Okay,
go
thank you,
on.
thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So this poem is kind of autobiographical. It's titled "The Dragons Are Slash Life Isn't." My fingers bleed, adding symbols to the digital squiggle. Music with notes from all my yesteryears plays over and under in my bones, my dusty bones, shimmering with shards. Every breath unfurling my cells, nerves, planets, filling them with can dos, will dos, with will. Here be dragons, here lay life. All the shit that had to be wiped has been wiped. All the treats that needed hiding have been put away. All the tantrums have been placated. All my itch still itches. All my days waiting to be lived. Beyond the stacks of newspapers, littering of magazines, scream of calls to action. Here be dragons, here lay life. My grays are gooey on feelings felt from forever age. My tongue races to etch traces of my tribe. My feet swell waves that long withered and writhed. In bowels of the ocean, my guts spill on paper, propping columns for me to lean on. Here be dragons, here lay life. As dusk dawned, the sun perched precariously on the peepal tree, its leaves tiny tree hearts, beating in the gentle breeze, blinking possibility of what can be. Not comparing my dew to the sea, what petal stays today will go around for an eternity. A drop less, not dropless. That's what it is to be. Here be dragons, here lay life. Why do what I may not? Is moot, for it is the doing itself that answers. The chaff was pounded off the grain, not without complaint. Deceit, despair, distress, loneliness create a path I walk back on into life, permitting myself vices, getting out of my way. Here be dragons, here lay life. Riding a cycle rickshaw, was it in Chora Bazaar or Central Park? I hear my grandfather murmur from that place where all readers and writers who run out of pages go. I render it on paper, steer towards woods, making my fingers sting the tune of writing that saved me. Here be dragons, here lay life. Thank you. Okay, so the next poem I worked in a workshop, and the title of this poem is "Poetry is My Protest." The alphabet has been denied, the words have been stolen, shoved into tin boxes. I'm not allowed to open. These sentences are forbidden. They carry too much weight, for they forget women bear generations beyond their cumulative weight. I have snatched the quill, chiseled it to a nib, my bones chafed to blades from what was once a rib. I made ink of my darkest parts, dipped in the marrow of the dreams I wrote in, a place of hope of tomorrows. So I think I'll make this the last poem. This is about one of the sacred rivers in India. There's a river trinity, the Ganga, Yamuna, and the Saraswati, which meet at Allahabad. And it's called the Sangam, and it's a very holy place where people especially go to bathe on certain occasions. And it's considered very auspicious. It's supposed to cleanse away all your sins. So this river, the Saraswati River, it is believed to have disappeared under the earth, and it is said that it flows underground and meets the other two rivers at Allahabad, where this Sangam happens. So the title of this poem is "The Sacred Fig That Swallowed the Saraswati River." Forms rings around your secrets, as do its sisters, holding them in, weaning them on the forest's underbelly, where Soma anoints them, liberating them to the Milky Way, where they smile back at your worries. Telling them to breathe, I rest my tendrils on the trunk of kitchen table and enter the forest of its sisterhood. My tears turn to tacos as misery makes music. Its grooves run deeper than my furrows. Its legs intertwine with mine, sprouting leaf buds that unfurl, maps of past, secret worries and tears as they cut across the hearth, the here, the hugger mugger, the hereafter. That's all.
If you like, Aditi, you've only
Yeah,
gone for 14 minutes. If
yeah,
you
I
want to
could.
read a few more, that's great.
I could do that. I could do that. So I don't have very long poems, so I'll read out the smaller ones that I have. Okay. Okay. This one is about my hometown where I was born. It's called Ludhiana. So it is said that the name of the town is after Lodhi, who invaded India, and that is how the name Lodhiana came about. The town where I grew up does not exist. I know nothing of Mir Hota or of the time the Lodhis came. That city now knows not me. Even my pin code isn't the same. I live on a beautiful grid, virtuous in its uniformity, like aeroplane and football water tanks, like addresses of that tangled old city. The web of alleys and street has gone from 2D to 3D. Where, oh, where are the gullies where I ran free, scraped my knees? Okay, and I have another one about how to survive love without talking about it in a poem, anointed with an evil eye to be able to eat the last two bites of every shared ice cream and not feel like you are watching your contact lens be washed away before you can turn off the water. You have to be watchful of the flutter in your stomach when they get you mulberries on a leaf boat. You could sink into a pool of impossible woo-hoos. Also, stop saying the four-letter word. It just isn't cool anymore. Instead, complain to whoever will listen to divert nazar. Don't crash drive into it when you are greeted by half a tank of gas, half more than your wheels had seen last few days. Bed tea is a tricky one. Just after you wake up is not the time for greed. Four-letter word and could cause you to burn your palate. Monday evening dates are the worst. Who wants to miss the last season of Who's Doing It Better for a dessert that fits your dietary restrictions? Well, not all the time. Definitely discourage the corny messages that can get you fired for daydreaming. Do not give reciprocal massages. You are not monkeys pawing each other's sticks, setting up expectations. Don't be licking up stuff off of each other. Who knows, it might go the fresh cut flower way. Wait, redirecting you in three, two, one. How to find love. Okay, and I could read a poem about mango season. I titled it Mango Season. It's a series of haikus and it talks about everything but the mango. It's about all the seasonal fruits that we have in India that are not celebrated anymore because around the world, India is known only for mangoes. So these are the fruits that I grew up eating that have not had the privilege of sharing counter space or household space with the mango. It's mango season. I want peaches right now, swollen, sweet pulp bellies tucked in comfort fuzz. Like a sweet, fleshy flower, the lookout invites, I politely bite. Dry, crisp, and mellow, goodbye bears, the rust yellow ones, my satin joy kisses. Blink and I miss it. Moody, salt to eat falsa is my sneaky tart. Draped in royal garb, Jamun's gems leave my tongue dry, pre-monsoon parched pulp. Candy floss of fruits, boldly sugared yet delicate, shakkar paras, my mana. I crack the tough nut, then buxom clouds of nectar, shaped as a Kashmir pear. So these are all the fruits that are equally delightful but not as celebrated. So there is the peach, there is the lokat, there is the bear, there is the falsa, there is the jamun, the shakkar paras, and the Kashmir pear. Yeah. And this one is settling in. When do you know the sun doesn't just light up the sky? Its warm glow tempers your spot by the window, another reason to smile. Long after I love yous have been said and everyday routine set, and comfort settles in your bones, and there aren't many unsaid unknowns. A banter that breaks, that icy post bickering silence, quietly letting you make a point, knowing he wins when you do. In the humdrum of living, finding small ways to connect with just a glance, sometimes a secret wink that tells you all. Is there a moment you realize what you feel is more than a habit, a source of joy and pride of finding love? Um, am I within my time?
Absolutely. It's only been
Okay.
20 minutes. You can please, you know,
Okay, I'll say one more then.
another one
Okay.
or two, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do one more. Okay. So this one's titled People as Places She's Met. The first one is the desert. The love was raw, searing her mind, scalding her heart. She rained down, fizzling out before she could sprout roots. The banyan's hollow, cocooning, wicking away misery, infusing life force. She suckles with urgency of a hungry newborn, emerging ready, metamorphosed. The ledge, frantic yet tender and firm, urging back to love from the edge, made her words feel like buds, soul whisperer. The railway platform, always close, never close enough. She reads care in the watchfulness. She falls for, it rushes past. The disconnected relationship.